Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm trying to decide. I just, I have learned to follow my guidance. The more you learn to follow your guidance, your life just gets so much easier. It's like I used to, well, I still sometimes sit here and go, okay, what am I going to talk about today? Give me some guidance. And every time I hear, just hit play or just hit record, I got my baby chick today, and she just disappeared. So anyway, I hear we got you. So stick with me, because yesterday's message, oh my God, part of the way through it, all of a sudden I got this download. This message came through that was absolutely amazing. I can't make this stuff up, people. I really can't. It is, and I just got pooped on. It's all good. Anyway, stick with me, because I never know where the message is going to go. We are all channels for the divine, because God made you, right? That connection has never been broken. It's almost it's almost like, and I laugh because I see this gold cord, this like an umbilical cord from out there to you, which is nothing more than you connecting to your higher self, which is God. However, whatever resonates with you. Okay. And why I laugh is because, excuse me, you always see these parents. Well, maybe you don't, but I have. You see these parents, like when we've done Boy Scouts. My ex-husband and I used to do Boy Scouts. We did Explorers. We did a bunch of stuff working with kids. And you always have these parents, call them helicopter parents, call them whatever, where they never cut that umbilical cord. They never allow oh my God. The message just came in today. And I'm covered in chills. They never cut that umbilical cord. They never allow the kid to find out who they are. They always live vicariously through their kid. They make their kid, I can't tell you how many parents I know that make their kid get an Eagle Scout award. If the kid doesn't want the award, Eagle Scout, I will tell you, has become so watered down. It used to be amazing. And this is not the message, but this is a side note, okay? Because when we did Boy Scouts, ouch, will you stop it? A little stinker. I had a pack of boys in Boy Scouts. Anyway, okay, sorry. I had to put the baby up. I had a boy in my group. Every time we went camping, I said, make sure you bring something, because my guys, I told them, you're not going to eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast. You're going to learn how to make a fire. You're going to learn how to survive, because that's what Boy Scouts are supposed to do, right? Not bring Pop-Tarts, Lunchables, all that kind of stuff on a camping trip. Anyway, I had this kid that was going for his Eagle Scout, which is the highest thing in Boy Scouts. He couldn't even start a fire. and he brought a Lunchable that needed to be heated. I'm like, how do you plan on heating that? I don't know. My mom packed it for me. Anyway, I digress. Where was I going with this message? Oh, okay. So, but you had parents that wanted to go on the scouting trips, wanted to go on the explorer trips, because we would take them for national competitions, like all over the country. They wanted to go. And we told them, my husband and I told them, no, this is not a family outing. This is time for them. They need to concentrate. We need to train. We need to have their minds complete. The kids, the boys and girls, were completely different kids when their parents weren't around. This message is expanding as I speak, okay? Because that's what you're here for. That's what you're here for. Yes, you have an umbilical cord to the divine. You're always connected. The thing is, you came here. You were told that cord does not exist. You were told you are separate from God. God's out there somewhere. The only way to get to him is through Jesus, or whatever your religion is. You came here to grow. God is the divine, is the most loving parent. You'll never find a parent that loving, who loves you enough to always be there for you, always be guiding you, but allowing you to make your mistakes. And not because there are no mistakes. If you learn from something, it's not a mistake. But God allows you to learn and to grow. And remember who you are. Remember that you have never lost this connection. And oh my God, this message today is off the chart. Okay, because think back to when you were a teenager, right? When you were a kid. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, this is fun. Okay, when you were a kid, you were so connected to God, the divine, your higher self. Some of you played with your angels and guides and all of that kind of, we probably all did. I don't remember. But you were told, you don't see anything. That's crazy. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so you kind of severed that. Meanwhile, that was your connection. That was you listening to your parent, not your physical parent here. Yes, you did that too. I'm beyond that now. Okay, stick with me. This is so good. Okay. As you came into this existence, you were connected to, you listened to God. We're just going to go with God, okay? Because that's what most people resonate with. As you grew up, as you became a teenager, you started thinking, just like in this human life, your parents were the dumbest people on this planet. They couldn't possibly know what you're going through. How many of you went through that? Don't lie. Don't lie, because I know better. You went through a period where you thought your parents were the dumbest people on this planet. They don't know what you're going through. Your problem is worse than they could possibly imagine. They don't understand you. They don't understand life. They lived in a whole nother time and place. You started shutting them out. You started doing your own thing. Then you get older, and some people never get out of that. Some people start going, you know what? My parents weren't as stupid as I thought they were. And you start reconnecting with them. You start asking them for advice. God, this is so exciting. I'm telling you, when God and when this stuff happens, it's amazing. Anyway, that's you on this life journey. Because you start out listening to God, being guided by God. Then you go into puberty, whatever, and you start thinking, well, this is bad. I'm not supposed to talk to God. I'm being told it's wrong. So you start shutting that out. So you start living your life your way. And God loves you enough to allow that. I got a chicken cackling. Hold on. She's fine. Anyway, God loves you enough to allow you that freedom. You have free will to go do whatever you want, however you want. Then, it's not you severing the connection, okay? It's just you allowing your ego to control you. And you start listening to other people. You start listening to your ego. You start living in fear or whatever. Then those of us that are awake, enlightened, whatever you want to call yourself, if you resonate with me, that I'm talking to you. You start remembering who and what you are. And you start going back to God and asking for guidance, asking for, because you start thinking, okay, well, God is not as dumb as we thought he was. God is not what we were told. God's not what you were told. So if you grew up in a religious background, okay, because I did. So it's just like your human experience. The older you get, the more humble you get, the more loving you get. You start accepting your parents back as wise. Now, I'm not saying every parent has all the answers. No parent has all the answers. But you start going back to them for advice and listening to them because they've lived this life longer than you. You cannot argue that point. They have a little more knowledge than you. Maybe not in everything. But it's the same thing with our relationship with God. We are children of the divine. We are children of God, right? You start that connection back again. And this is the time, I'm telling you, with the going from 3D to 5D and beyond, with all the energetic stuff that's going on, with all the planetary alignments, with all there is, what is it, Saturn and Neptune are going into 0 degrees of Aries. That has not happened in 6,000 years, I think. It'll never happen again. It has not happened in your lifetime on this planet, in this existence, and it won't happen again. It's crazy. Start opening back up, because I am telling you, when you do, the knowledge, the information, the guidance is always there. Go back to being open and receptive to it. And chills just went straight on to my feet. You might, because just like I sat down to do this message, I had no idea what I was going to talk about today. None. All I heard was, Pam, you haven't gotten it yet. Why do you keep doing this? Just hit record. We got you. So I hit record. I start talking. And as I start talking, the message comes through. I could have very easily just gone, okay, that's just crazy, and gone about my business talking about whatever stuff I thought was relevant. But I'm here to tell you, God's been here a little bit longer. He's a little bit wiser. He, it, she, whatever. Do not judge me because there is no limit with me. Okay? God is everything. Everywhere, everything is you, is me. It is, God is. So are you. But the thing is, listen, because the other thing, you only know what you know in this existence. God, your angels, your guides are not limited by your physical eyes and your belief system. They know everything, literally. They see everything. There are things going on that you have no idea about. None. You couldn't possibly know. It's like when I bought my house. I didn't know this house. I didn't even know Appomattox existed. I hated school. I hated history. Appomattox is huge in history, in case you do not know. I've learned that since I moved here. I didn't even know where Appomattox was. Did not care. I just wanted a view of the mountains. God knew where that was. I followed my guidance to this house. They knew that people were getting ready to sell it. Anyway, my next house is the same thing. I don't know where it is. I found one that I really love. It's that or something better. If it's that one, things will just fall into place for me to acquire that house. Just like I acquired this one. Follow your guidance. Follow what you hear, what you feel, what you see. Because and that, like I said, the information, I hear information highway. The information is always flowing to you. You just got to clear the traffic jam. And that's all you're doing through enlightenment. That's all that is clearing the traffic jam, i.e., the limiting beliefs, your fears, your traumas, everything that's blocking you is part of the traffic jam. As you move a car, others might, maybe it's a slippery slope. I don't know. But it's like you move one car and the others either sit there waiting for you to move them, or they might shift a little bit. You just got to keep clearing cars. at the same time, but don't look at it as a bad thing. It's all gotten you to where you are. It's all happened for a reason. So don't judge it. Don't go into clearing this traffic jam like, oh my God, because I've been there too. Oh my God, I gotta open this up to get this knowledge. I gotta open this up so I can learn. It will happen how it's meant to happen. You couldn't, if you cleared everything at once, the energetic rush that would come to you, you could not handle it. They used to tell me that because me being who I am and how I'm created, how I design myself to be, I want it now. I don't want to wait for anything. And I was told, Pam, you're not ready. If all that stuff cleared, if all that stuff started dumping in, you would not know what to do with it. And now looking back, they're right. It was a path. Enjoy the journey. Because I'll tell you, I go back and I look at my journey. I look at how I got here. I wouldn't change any of it because I grew along the way. And it's beautiful. So that's the whole, God knows that. You came here to enjoy the human experience. Enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, it's because you're stuck in your ego. And I say that with all the love in the world. I've been there. Your ego's here for a reason. It got you to this point. It's time for you to stop listening to your ego and start listening to your parent, to God, to the creator of all that is. You do that here. You don't do that here or here. It's not a mind game. It's a heart game. And it is the best game you will ever play in your existence. Think back to if you are a parent. I just see a parent. I see what I really see is when my granddaughter comes over. I mean, my daughter too, but my granddaughter is more recent. When we're playing a game and she's so excited and she's learning and half the time she's telling me how to do the game. But when you're teaching and she's learning, it is such an amazing experience as a parent, as a grandparent. That's God. God has the most unconditional, infinite love for you. You cannot put a word on it. You cannot put anything on it other than a feeling. And that feeling is so intense. When you're learning this game of life, when you're remembering and you're playing from your heart, it doesn't get any better than that. So, however it works for you, If you see that gold cord, if you feel that alignment with your parent, i.e. God, which is you, and that's the biggest part of it. Is you are God. You're shutting that part of you off. You have stopped communicating with your heart. That's all kids do. You grew up learning that that's not safe. That's not the way you talk to people. Whatever you were told. Start communicating from here. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It is a feeling. It's an emotion. Energy in motion. That's all it is. And the answers that will come through for you, the clarity, the guidance, and that I can't tell you how many messages that I'm hearing that are just in my existence with the planetary alignments that are here, the way they are. And don't ask me about astrology because that's not my thing. This is the time for you to really step into who you are. What do you want your life to be? What are you here for? From a place of here, not here. What do you want to do? If it's service to self, you're probably not here on my channel. You're going to have a hard road ahead of you. If it's service to others, don't think about it, feel into what that means for you. What would bring you so much joy? And it's going to be different for everybody. Even if it's do a YouTube channel. Because the world needs your voice, your energy. There can be two people giving the same message in the same way. But it's the energy behind it that makes all the difference in the world. Some people are going to resonate with this person. Some people are going to resonate with this person. There's no right or wrong. Everybody's created perfectly. It's like kids. I don't care how many kids you have. You can have 10 children. I have a butt ton of, and yes, that's a technical term. I have a butt ton of animals. Every single one of them has a different personality, has a different energy. They're a different soul, a different being. There's no right or wrong. I love you. This message today, oh my God. I had fun bringing it through, in case you couldn't tell. Have fun bringing your message through, whatever it is. But you got to be in they call it a 0 point. You can't be in your head. You can't. You got to be in your heart and allow the information to flow through you. Open that information highway up. Plug that cord back in. Reconnect with you, your higher self, God, source, whatever you call it. And listen from here. And I'm telling you, you'll be amazed. So have an amazing day. I send you so much love. I send you so much gratitude. I send you so much fun because, again, that's what we're here for, is fun. Enjoy it. and we will talk soon.